Hey guys, what's going on? Christina here, and today I want to talk about North Carolina's House Bill 2, commonly referred to as the Religious Freedom Restoration Act. Now, similar bills passed the houses in Georgia and Ohio, but Georgia's governor was smart enough to veto it, whereas Governor Kasich in Ohio signed it. Now, what the stated intention, or what the right describes as the stated intention of these bills is to protect individual freedoms based on religion, so that they can't be sued because they denied a woman an abortion on their insurance or something, which again is discrimination. What the bills actually do is state-sanctioned discrimination, where an individual, a business, or even a government agency can deny services to individuals based on their sexual orientation, whether or not they've had an abortion, how they identify with their gender, or even skin color. That's what these bills do. They open up a Pandora's box of discrimination. But what I really want to focus on is, in North Carolina's bill, its most controversial thing, and that is the bathroom provision of it. Now, I'm going to share with you guys my experience the first time walking into the women's room. And I'm going to be honest, it was one of fear and paranoia. Fear that I was going to be ridiculed, verbally assaulted, or even physically assaulted. You don't hear about that. You don't hear about the bills of protecting trans people from physical assault in the bathroom. Normally, it's the other way around. And it mostly focuses on trans women going into the women's room because there's a sick perversion that we're just men in dresses going into the bathrooms to assault their wives, their sisters, their mothers, their daughters, and stuff like that. That's not what we're doing. Honestly, we just need to pee. That's it. So when I walked in the women's room the first time, I was frightened. Luckily, nobody was in there, and I was in and out. I was afraid to do anything. I just wanted to get in and out because I was afraid somebody's going to walk in, see me, and start judging me, telling me I don't belong in there, that I'm disgusting, that I'm a horrible human being, that I deserve a place in hell or whatever, and stuff like that. That's why we need protections. We're not the ones going into bathrooms verbally assaulting people or physically assaulting people. It's the other way around. Luckily, I have not experienced that. One of the first times I was in the women's room and there were people in there, I just went into the stall, checked the stall to see if it was clean, which it wasn't, because, oh, there was pee on the seat. How do you people do that? How do you women get pee on the seat? Do you just like stand over it doing your thing and just let it fall? Like, ew. So I go over to the next stall. That one's clean. I do my business. I go to the bathroom. I'm not going to share in detail what happens because, again, ick. So I go out. I wash my hands, do my thing. Nobody says anything. That was an amazing moment for me, because then I just felt like I belonged, and that really helped with my transition. That really, really helped. So when you have supportive people around you that just don't say anything and accept you as you are, that's an important step to a person's transition. Where this thing with North Carolina is where you have to use the bathroom of your gender that you were assigned at birth based on what you were born in your pants is completely wrong. Because, I mean, honestly, could you imagine, girl, like women in North Carolina, could you imagine me in the bathroom with your husband? Like, what's going on, baby? Or how about basically what this bill's intention was to keep men out of the women's room, essentially puts men in the women's room. Like this guy right here, or this guy. They now have to use the women's room. The intention of making sure men don't go in the women's room has completely failed with his bathroom bill. That's one of the reasons why it's controversial. That's one of the reasons why it's horrible. Oh, I can't even begin to describe it. You're putting people in an uncomfortable situation. People like me having to use the men's bathroom is the worst thing ever. Honestly, I go in there, I'm guaranteed to be verbally assaulted and possibly even physically assaulted. Whereas in the women's restroom, I at least feel safe. That is my safe spot where I can go pee and do my thing. Check my hair, check my makeup. I can't do that in the men's room. I'm never going to North Carolina. Or maybe if I do, I'm going to use the women's room out of a silent protest. And then I will make it known that I am trans and hope they come after me so I can sue them. But then again, that's what the law says. I can't sue them. Thank you, ACLU, for suing for the law, basically. But It makes no sense to me. It really doesn't. What was the intention of this bill? I'll tell you. To make being trans illegal. That's what it is. To basically state that you can no longer use the facilities, the locker rooms, the bathrooms, anything that identifies with your gender while in North Carolina. It makes it illegal to be trans. That I have to now use the locker rooms. Well, I don't really live in North Carolina, so I don't have to, but if I was in North Carolina, I'd have to use the men's locker room and probably get oogled, touched, felt up, and stuff like that, because guess what? Sorry guys, I have breasts. What is the point of that? It's because old men have this sick, disgusting image in their head of guys with full-on beards putting on a dress with hairy arms and muscle things galore, waltzing into the women's room and assaulting people. When a trans person walks in the bathroom, it is a deep, gutted feeling of fear. They're really, until you get used to it the first couple times, you're afraid to go in there. You're looking for single stall bathrooms and little private bathrooms for your stuff. When you go into like a mall or a movie theater bathroom where there's stalls galore all the way around, it's a deep-seated fear. We don't need to be attacking the zero incidences of trans people attacking people in the bathrooms. What we need to do is we need to be helping trans people be able to move on to the next phase of their transition, making them feel more comfortable in spaces where they belong. That's the real reason that it drives me nuts, guys. It really does. So I'm just going to end it here. I basically stated my point, yeah. We should be making trans people feel safer and secure during their transition, because it is a really hard time. It is a difficult moment in somebody's life. You're basically upending your whole life and just rerouting it. You're changing every aspect of your life. That's what a transition is. That's what they don't understand. They think just one day like, oh, I want to be a woman now. Honey, I have felt this way my whole life, and it took me years to finally come to grips with it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed my opinion of it. And as always, take care and bye! I'm trans, was my reply. And he just looked at me, bulged out the eyes, like, oh, well, you look good.